All right, so this game is against a team called the Hackers. I've played against them for years and years now. One of the guys on the team is an old teammate from the Bulldogs team. Generally speaking, my teams would kind of beat them or be close once in a while. They also scored, I think, 12 goals against me last year or 2 years ago when I was on the Bulldogs. That was a really frustrating game. So there's been history here, and sometimes we win, sometimes we get crushed. Phantoms aren't doing great this year so far, so we'll see how this one ends up working. I'm going to be talking about this glove a little bit here because I decided to wear it for this game. I got this at a weird time where JRZ was shut down. Then I ordered basically when it came out. But by the time I got it, one of my seasons was over and it kind of just sat in limbo for a little bit, and I've used it a few times, but I'm going to end up using it a little bit more with one set of my pads, specifically the True Forsberg pad, just because it's like the whitest thing, it's the closest thing that matches that. But I'm going to talk about this a little bit at the end, and we'll see a little bit of details of one of the last custom pieces of gear JRZ ever really made. I've had people ask me over and over again of what socks I always recommend, and I've been using Cutshield for a while now, and I've had multiple stuff from them. So Cutshield is a company out of Canada that makes cut resistant socks, and these are their Pro Air 6, which means it's an ANSI level 6 for cut resistance on here. They also make pretty awesome slash guards and wrist guards. You see them in the NHL a lot. Basically look for this gray material under players' gloves and under their elbow pads, and it's probably Cutshield. This version of it has an Evo Shield piece in, so you have slash guard and it's skate cut resistant. This stuff is fantastic and I absolutely love it. I've been using it for a long time. Did a full review of it up there so you can check it out. But I now have a coupon code with Cutshield, so if you want to support the channel, you can check out the link in the description to Cutshield, buy some socks, which I think are honestly one of the better socks on the market. I absolutely love them. They're pretty thin and they are cut resistant and they're not too hot either. And I have no issues with these whatsoever on my custom skates where I need a really thin one. You can see how you can basically see my skin through them, so they are thin on here. And this part doesn't really feel or get that hot compared to some of those Kevlar socks. So I absolutely love this material. So check them out. I always recommend them. Use my coupon code. You get 25% off and it helps support the channel so I can keep making videos and making more content.
Y'all ready for this?
Ball, ball, ball. So as you could see from the results of that one, was not very pretty and kind of a very disappointing end result for that game. Now, we had the lead at the beginning, and that's been something that's pretty rare for the Phantoms this year, so that was a good feeling. And then I felt like, oh man, this might work. And then the second period, it all came kind of crashing down. First goal is like peak Phantoms this year, and my luck with this team. Guy shoots it from the wall, not a dangerous play at all, just throws it on net. Fortunately, there's traffic in front in terms of my teammate, and the puck hits my D, who sticks out his stick. It flutters in the air. I don't see it come off his stick. I don't see it in the air. I have no idea where it is. I think it's going towards my teammate, so I just drop and try a blocking situation to try and get in the way of that. I have no idea it tips off my teammate, so I'm also expecting it to hit me faster than what it did. It just goes up in the air, flutters down, I go down. It just kind of flutters over my glove while I try to kind of play more of the slight middle of the net here. Just ugly bounce, ugly play overall. You can play this differently, but it's just a too stupid scenario, and it's kind of how it worked this year for this team. Second goal is against a guy who has literally scored, I think, 6 goals in me in one game, which is kind of funny. He has a sneaky quick release. When he shoots this and when he scores this, the second he put it in, I felt like I had issues with my hand. And I was like, did my glove get in the way there? Now, I'm not blaming the glove for this goal, but it was just awful. Maybe I'm just not used to this break angle this year, but once this went in, I totally felt like I moved the wrong way there. And I was just like, how did I screw that up so bad? This should have never, ever gone in. Yes, it's kind of a 2-on-1. I'm not totally playing the shot perfectly square. I'm kind of playing a bit of a pass possibility here, but this should have never got in, and it was overall terrible, terrible goal. Third goal is another one of those Phantoms luck ones this year. Guy shoots it from the blue line. Easy save. Even with traffic, I can just drop here, generally save any tip that happens. Hopefully the guy backdoor doesn't get anything. My teammate sticks out his stick, deflects the puck right into my teammate's chest, drops, he swipes at it, misses. Their guy swipes at it right away. By the time I realize where this puck is and push off, puck is already kind of coming my way. I get, I think, a piece of it, and it still just goes in. Again, awful bounce, awful break. Like, it's just how this year has really gone overall. And then fourth goal is another terrible goal. A guy's a breakaway, which he should never had a breakaway, but he gets a breakaway, makes a move, and it like went way more towards my leg, like the far post than I expected. And he bounces it off my pad and in. I don't put my pad down all the way. I kind of expected something to go 5-hole, and just kind of, he swatted it so far backwards that it really kind of threw me off, and I just played this one all wrong. If I just drop in a butterfly and slide, I'd make this save, but I don't know what I was doing here, and it was just terrible in general. That's kind of how everything has gone for this team this year, and we're just getting crushed, and it's tough. We can't really get many wins. I think we have 1 or 2, and it's just like every game we're fighting, and this one we had 1 goal for, and it's kind of a reoccurring theme as well. So really frustrating on that end. So for this glove, I mentioned I got in a weird time, and I ordered this glove because I was using the 55-degree angle, which it's labeled here somewhere, or maybe it's not because this is a custom one. It's not. So anyways, this is a 55-degree break, which is like the 75-degree, 45-degree, 600 style of glove of everyone else. And that's kind of what this thing is. I ordered this once I learned that JRZ wasn't going to be doing gear anymore. This is one of my favorite gloves I've ever used. I used their demo set for a long time. I did a video of all their demo gloves, and I'll link it kind of up there. And I wanted one of these before I couldn't order another one. I use this glove a lot, the demo one, when I had a wrist brace. It's the only one that really worked really well with my wrist brace, so I wore this a ton. This glove I haven't worn that much because of just when the time came and everything. And if you can see, I kind of did a pretty neutral design on it with just a little piece of black and gray, just so it wasn't all white. I am probably going to use this one a little bit more. I have those Forsberg True pads that I also kind of talked about in my review. They're pro returns, and they're kind of obviously a white base because he's with the Senators. And I kind of like them more than one of the sets that I've been using recently. And I think I'm going to kind of go back towards those and use them a bit more. And then this glove will probably pull out there and just see how it is. This glove is an interesting glove because it is kind of pretty custom. Has a practice palm thumb. I noticed I felt a lot of shots right here on the game ready thumb, like more than I normally felt on thumb. So I really got them to beat this up. Pro palm here, and then just a pro palm in the middle too. So they're able to do kind of 3 different layers on it, and it honestly feels pretty good to close. It doesn't like have the most amazing closure there, but that's kind of always been a JRZ thing. And it's not like the most scooped fingers, but it's pretty good overall. And this is that 600 break. All the gloves I'm using right now though are 590. So coming back to this might be a bit of a challenge, but I noticed it definitely in this game when I played this that I just whiffed on a few shots, which is funny because I caught a few shots and then I just totally whiffed on them afterwards. So it's kind of all over the place. But I'm probably going to be using this one more because this glove is one of my favorites and I kind of like how it feels and I kind of want to use it more. Everything about it is really good. It's really a shame that JRZ isn't a thing anymore for goalie gear. And it's a real shame because it's really only one of like the budget companies I've ever used. And these weren't totally budget towards the end, but at the beginning they were, where like, even though that they cost less than the big companies, they were as good as quality as the big companies. So that's one thing that's really sad. These guys don't exist anymore. So I kind of want to use this one a bit. And I have a blocker that sort of matches, just all white, but that way I can kind of use this set and kind of enjoy these gloves because I really like this glove and want to use it more.
You're watching HockeyReviews.ca.